Hello everyone, Motivate Mike here. I'm going to pull another motivational and positive thinking message out of my famous cup at random, unknown to me, and this one says, when someone you love turns their back on you, it's about the darkest time there is. That was on Bonanza, the show Bonanza that I saw. I get a lot of these quotes off of TV and news programs and things that I like, and I write them down. But what a great one, about the darkest time there is. Little Joe Cartwright said that to someone. Something was going on. Their family turned their back on them or whatever. And when someone you love turns their back on you, it's about the darkest time there is. Whether it's a relationship or family or someone you really care about, someone you respect, and they turn their back on you, is about the darkest time there is. While someone you really thought was your friend and someone maybe you were helping and someone you were doing all the right things with, and the next thing you know they're turning their back on you and saying negative things and doing negative things, and you're saying this should be exactly the opposite. They should be patting me on the back and being my friend and being happy and doing things together and all that kind of stuff. But what a great statement, the darkest time there is, and what I think about when I hear that darkest time there is, I don't really think of just in general. I really think of the darkest time, meaning in your own mind, the darkest time, the thoughts you have that are taking up your time, the thoughts that are consuming you, that are really there that shouldn't be. And as I always say, try to look on the bright side, try to think of the positive, try to practice when you're obsessing, to catch yourself obsessing about things and change the subject in your mind, so to speak, trying to find a positive. That's easy to say in some matters, but this one in particular, when someone turns your back on you, someone that you love turns their back on you, that's definitely easier said than done, to look to the bright side, try to find the positive. But the only way to, I think, overcome it is to sit down and talk. You got to find out why, and if you think you're right, if you're right, they shouldn't be treating you that way. And that's just a tough decision each individual has to make for each individual circumstance. Maybe you're right. Maybe it's time to cut the relationship. Maybe it's time to stop. But that's got some serious thinking to do over that one. If you really want to just end the relationship, whatever it is, family, friends, loved ones, whatever the case may be. So I think the first method would be really dig down deep inside and see if there's anything you can talk about. And time heals a lot of things, and maybe it's too early yet. Maybe you need to think about it. Maybe you really need to give it some time and really evaluate the situation. But the darkest time statement, just about the darkest time there is. I think of in your own mind, it's really consuming you. And what was the great quote I saw online? The Dalai Lama. It says the Dalai Lama said, what was it? Don't let the actions of others. Oh gosh, what is it? I can't think of what it is, but I'll talk about it on the next. Hang on, I got to get this. It's right here. Hang on. It says it was over here on the other desk, but it says, "Do not let the behavior of others destroy your inner peace." And that's exactly what I'm talking about. Your mind, right? That darkest time is in your mind, not in general, walking around moping or sad or mad or whatever. But it's really in your mind, consuming your every thought, but what a great statement. I'm going to do another one on this particular statement, on it alone, on itself, but do not let the behavior of others destroy your inner peace. And that's exactly what it does, and that's what I was talking about. I think that's what I was talking about, the darkest time being in your mind. It's really, it really just your whole personality, your whole demeanor, the way you treat others, the way you look, or others see you. Others, can tell that something's wrong. People can tell, that you're not your usual self, But when someone you love turns their back on you, it's about the darkest time there is. Think about that. Did somebody turn their back on you? Did you turn your back on someone? That's a whole nother topic in itself right there. But when someone you love turns their back on you, I guess even if you're at fault at something, And what if you're not at fault? You know, so you could really analyze it. Pick the one that relates to you most. You know, but I'm talking about mainly at the moment. Someone you love turns their back on you, and you did nothing but help that person. You know, what about the darkest time there is, right? And again, the Dalai Lama quote that I saw: "Do not let the behavior of others destroy your inner peace." If you know you're right, if you know in your heart you're right, you have to just rise above it and say, you know, maybe they'll figure it out. You know, maybe they'll come to their senses. Maybe, you know, whatever the case may be. But evaluate it. Make sure you don't. What part did you play in them being mad at you, or them turning their back on you? What part did you play, if any? Think about that. Think about what you can, you know, write some things down and evaluate it, and see what next step, what the next step is that you have to take. But get out there and just get started. Good things will happen to you. I say that all the time, and what a great quote to say. Talking about this particular matter, you know, get out there and just get started with working on the situation, working on the solution. Don't harp on the negative. People turning their back on you. Don't harp on that. Don't concentrate on that. Don't concentrate on the problem. Concentrate on the solution type thing. But what a great topic this morning. What a way to start the day off and thinking. Grab that positive side. What can you do? Take that deep breath. You know, sometimes you get a spark of energy, a spark of enthusiasm or positiveness, you know, when you're doing things throughout the day. When you do get that burst of positiveness, if you know what I'm talking about, throughout the day, it comes, you get a good idea or just get a happy thought. Try to remember this, that someone turned their back on you, and something you have to fix between loved ones, and use that positiveness to get on that phone or go over and talk to them right away before you lose that positive energy. What a great way to really attempt, you know, to make it right. You know, when you get that positive feeling, whatever you're feeling positive about, maybe you're at a good show, maybe you're at a ball game, maybe you're whatever it is, it's you all of a sudden, because you know when you're having a good time, turn that into turn it into your you know, what's the word? Your tool to help you out of this situation, to help everybody, you know, out of this situation. But when someone you love turns their back on you, it's about the darkest time there is. Get out there and just get started. Good things will happen to you. Click on the next clip and email me at motivatemike@yahoo.com, and I'll send you out a message that relates to a situation or problem that you might be having. Be glad to put it on video for you. Click on the next clip, and I'll see you there. Goodbye.